CoutLoot is one of India's largest C2C mobile first platform where anyone can buy and sell fashion for now, but we're also moving to other segments very soon. So what the problem that we're trying to solve is something that every man, woman and Indian faces, right? You have a closet full of clothes, bags, shoes and accessories, but you hardly wear anything out of it, right? So there's about 80% of the things in your closet are never used or hardly used. That's exactly when CoutLoot comes into the picture. We help you make money of the things that you don't wear or use, where you can sell it off and list it in 30 seconds, and where buyers all over the country are waiting to get branded fashion for up to 80% of the MRP. So that is what CoutLoot does in a nutshell. I belong to a Punjabi family, and you know, the elder sister always has the bigger room and the brother has the smaller room. So when my sister got married and finally I got her room, so I moved into her room and I asked her to get rid of all her clothes and things like that, and she said, I'm not going to throw them away. I mean, these are all brands that I've bought at expensive prices. Isn't there an app where you can sell this off? I knew of OLX and Quicker, but again, I didn't want to talk to people, or I didn't want to do that. So I did some research and I found out that there's no app in India where you can actually make money of the things that you don't use. So that's how CoutLoot actually came into the picture, and that's how we started the idea. The journey has been really amazing. So from a team of 4 people, today we're a team of about 30 plus people. The average age in the team is about 22 years old. So in a nutshell, we're a young team, doing business for young people, and our consumers are also very young, right? So we started off by starting from selling in one city, which is Bombay. Now we do selling in 14 cities and we deliver all over India. The journey has been very fantastic. It's been a sinusoidal wave wherein we've had the best of days and we've had the worst of days. We've celebrated all our successes and we've learned from all our failures as well. And I think as a young team, one of the biggest challenges that you face is how well do you grow, and how well do you analyze yourself. And I think that's something that we've done as a young team, and with VCats also, with a lot of help from there, and also we've grown tremendously well. Today we have about 500,000 plus users in India. We're the largest player in this segment in the country, and we're all ready to go all abroad as well. The biggest challenge was creating a segment. We essentially created this segment in India. If you probably 10 years back, later when we look back, and people will remember that there was this company called CoutLoot. I mean, of course it'll still be around, but they'll still remember us for the market that we created and for the segment that we created. The biggest challenge for us was actually breaking the taboo. What happens is India is a very cultural society. We're used to certain things, and as people we're loyalists. If we use one soap, we use it for the rest of our lives. If we love one shampoo, we'll use it for the rest of our life. If we like a deo, we'll use it for years, right? So it's a very loyalist country, and to get into that and create a new idea wherein people can wear other people's clothes and still look good and save money and all that, to sell that idea, it actually took us quite a few months to understand the consumer, to understand what works with the consumer, what works with the seller, what works with the buyer, and what people actually want. So a lot of times what happens is, as a startup, you plan to do something, but that's not exactly what the market wants. So we did a lot of pivot. We went back on a lot of our ideas, and I think that journey was in itself very exciting and very terrifying as well at times. But I think we've come up well with that, and I think the biggest challenge that we faced is actually breaking the taboo and creating the segment. In this segment, there are a few players. There are a few players called Elanec, based out of Bangalore. There was Spoil, based out of Bangalore. There are a few luxury players called Label Centric in Mumbai. There are a few other players called Confidential Couture, based out of Delhi. So there are many players in this segment. However, each one of them have a different category that they cater to. In terms of CoutLoot, we want to go mass. We don't want to create a business for the 5% of the population of the country. We want to create a business for the 95% population of the country. And the best part about this country is that we have about 70 million Indians who are below the age of 35. So so you have to go massy, you have to go loud, and I think so. What we do is really specialized. What we do is also from a lot of consumer understanding, because we are at the end of the day we're a consumer tech company, right? So so understanding that and creating value to the consumer is the most important thing that we currently do. So we've crossed more than 2 crores in gross revenue. We've got more than 500,000 users in about a year and a half of our journey. The growth seems really, we've started from one women's category, today we're in men's category. In fact, we've started ticketing as a C2C category in India. This is the first time ever someone's done that in the country. So in terms of progress, we're a very aggressive company, we're very aggressive founders, very aggressive employees, and also that naturally comes with the age of the team as well. So I think in terms of progress, we work for progress. I mean, there's fire in our stomach, and there's belief in our hearts, and I think that's what keeping us go very forward. So apart from the categories, from new geographies, to coming, to starting new businesses. I mean, we've done that over 2 new models. We've done that over the last 1.5 years, and I think that's been fantastic for us. So we've received 2 rounds of funding. The first one of it, of course, came via venture capitalists, and venture capitalists bet on us at the idea stage. I mean, it was just a few young idea that wanted to create the next big segment in the country, and I think that's when venture capitalists bet on us. And during that time, one of people said that the idea nahi chalega, and that is something that hit us really hard in the heart, and we said ab to ye idea chala ke dikhayenge. So I think that was more of a challenge when we actually took the first round of funding. It was also to prove our investors that they were betting on the right set of people. At the same time, there's one thing that we can do is, we can work 20 hours a day and then still give it our best, because, we're not doing this for money, but we're doing this for passion. We're doing this for recognition, right? I mean, I strongly believe that there are 3 things that, every person should work for. Number 1, is the learning. What did you learn out of doing something? Second is the family, the people that you work with, who's got your back, who's not got your back. And the third thing is legacy. What is that one thing that you're going to be remembered for? So I think, that was a challenge that we took up with the first round of funding. So we've raised more than $100,000 in a first round of funding from venture capitalists. After that, we've recently closed a pre-series A round of funding with venture capitalists, and Artha Ventures also participating, but it was led by one of China's largest P2P microfinance company called Cashbus through its investing arm called Jade Value. And so this was a recent round of funding that we've just raised about a month ago. I think venture capitalists is home. Because I remember times when as an entrepreneur you have nothing but hope to look forward to, and I think with venture capitalists they've given us that hope right in the start. For someone as young as us, they took that risk and put that money and convinced a lot of investors to put money in us as well. And what venture capitalists did was it gave us hope right from the beginning, and after mentored us really well. I mean, I'd personally like to thank Dr. Apurva for his continued support, for his encouragement at the same time. He's a person who always kept on telling me that, just keep on doing what you're doing and one day you'll come through. So I think, with venture capitalists, I could walk into the office anytime and, put up my problems forward to Dr. Apurva, and he said, let's try and figure it out this way. So, venture capitalists have played a very very important role for our journey and for our growth, even in terms of investment or in terms of mentorship. And I think it's a great platform, for every entrepreneur